Nevertheless, as his body experienced the detoxification process during the first week, Dr. Vital noted some physical changes.
So the first 3 days, you lose a lot of weight, and a lot of toxicity comes out of your body. Your blood very toxic. When you pee, it's going to be burning because toxicity is leaving your body for the first week. But first 3 days is major because you're dropping off all kind of stuff that you accumulated through life.
Right.
And you need to sleep. You know, you sleep like an hour or two, and then you're okay for another 8 hours. And then around the clock. You don't get tired, really. There's no tired. You know, if you don't eat, you have no energy to waste.
Right.
So the first 3 days was the most you lose, and then your body, you know, kicks in and start using the fat, and you lose. I lost about 13 pounds total, and then you go to a place where it's optimal weight. The body knows. You don't have to tell them anything.
Right.
No. So you lose what you don't need, and then you stay. But the key here, exercising. You have to exercise. You have to be in good shape. You know. You do it on purpose, and you look good. You feel good. You exercise every day. I mean, all day long. You know. I mean, you have all the time to exercise.
After his body had readjusted to its optimal state, Dr. Vital began to derive benefits from his food-free lifestyle.
You have more energy and more power, physical power, than when you eat.
Wow.
Yeah. So in the gym, I would do 10 times more things harder than I did before.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you felt better.
Oh, you'll feel better. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
In fact, Dr. Vital believes that the consumption of food generally is counterproductive to optimal health.
You see, when people eat, food is the #1 energy sucker out of your physical body. Every time you eat, the food will shut down systems in your body to process that food. See, that's why we have siestas in the world. Why do you think
after you eat,
they have to go
to sleep?
Yeah, why do you think they do that? You know, it's become a social thing. You know, because they overeat, the body shut down. They have to sleep for an hour or two to allow the body to process the food while they're sleeping. So many systems shut down while the stomach is working. So if you don't eat, you don't have that issue. You don't have the issue of feeding yourself, processing the food, and elimination. All those three is not there anymore. Yeah.
Right.
And then you don't waste any energy.
Wow.
The real energy that you do, it's from breathing anyway. You know, if you think that your food is the one who's keeping you alive, it's a big mistake. Because everything done in your body is in your lungs, not in your stomach. Your stomach is secondary.
The experiences of other food-free individuals, Jericho Sunfire, Fang Tang Lok, El Tom Ben Israel, Henri Montfort, Master Liao Feng Sheng, etc., Dr. Vital discovered that the human body is fully equipped to optimally nourish and maintain itself.
Your lungs is the #1 processor of energy in your body. And we designed not to eat. You know, we have two systems of nourishment. It's the lungs and then the intestines. If the intestines not getting any food, they lock in themselves, they close down, no big deal. You know, every 3 weeks you'll have a pellet coming out of you, like a bird pellet, like a bird dropping. And then after a while, every month or every 2 months, and you know, there's always something coming out. You know. And you don't have to worry about food. You know, it's just perfect. You know, you are alive. The energy flow. There's no blockages. It's just an amazing being. So you have a lot of energy, but you need to reshuffle that energy after 8 hours. So every 8 hours, I used to take 15 minutes breaks and just close my eyes for 15 minutes. Not even sleeping. Yeah. Just close my eyes, reshuffle the energy. It's almost like a you know, it's a Star Wars things. You know, you walk into this cabin, lock yourself in, press a button, shuffle the energy, and walk away, walk out. You're mining for another 8 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
So I have to do that. Yeah. And then you don't have to sleep at night. You sleep maybe 2-3 hours. That's sufficient. It's more than enough. Yeah. You have time to read books. You have time to think. Time to love yourself. Time to do everything you want.
Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Between Master and Disciples will return in just a moment. Welcome back to Between Master and Disciples on Supreme Master Television. Let's continue with our feature, Dr. Mony Vital, A Lifestyle of True Freedom. In retrospect, Dr. Vital realized that the decision to become a Breatharian was not as sudden as he thought. Indeed, he had been preparing for a food-free lifestyle for a long time.
You mentioned that you decided on that day that you were going to be a Breatharian, but that a lot of other people need to go through a 21-day, I believe, period of preparation. What does that involve?
Okay, well, I knew I wanted to do it before that day. Of course, I didn't make a decision that day. That day was just the beginning.
Right.
But I planned on it years before. Yeah.
Dr. Vital's advice for people who may be interested in becoming food-free: research thoroughly. Study and know what you'll be facing first before attempting the process.
The 21 days, it just gives you all the details you need to know what to do or what not to do. Because it's very important. You know, people think they're too brave, you know, I'm going to brave it out, I'm going to quit, and I'm going to do this and that, you know. But they're not ready, and they're going to hurt themselves.
Yeah.
You know, physically, mentally, emotionally. If you believe in food, you got to eat it.
Right.
You know, as long as you believe that food is nourishment to you, you must eat. Otherwise, you die. You're going to be like anybody else, starving people in the world.
Right.
Not eating is about knowing you don't need it 100%. And to come to that place, that's where you quit.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you can try it. I mean, people try it for a week or 2 or 3. It doesn't matter, you know.
The concept of living on light does not necessarily mean we need light to live. In fact, according to Dr. Vital, it's everything around us that nourishes our being. In other words, prana, or cosmic energy, is the sustenance for the human body.
I did something called dark room retreat in Thailand. In the dark. There's not one beam of light for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just set for that, you know, no light whatsoever. Yeah, you live there, and then the group I was with was people who don't eat. You know,
So it was not just one person in this
No, we
group.
were about 30 people there.
Wow.
Yeah. So there are lots of people who are living on light all over the world. Yeah, they're not breatharian. It just they're not living on light. We drink water. You know. Yeah.
Right. When you speak of light, you are speaking of a spiritual light?
Well, it's the air. And real light, you know, the sunlight, we are sun beings, you know, we part of the sun, you know. I mean, so that's naturally light is from the sun. But it's everything in it, it's what keeps us alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. The magnetic field, all this energy that we're receiving